Hello everyone. It's time to continue the Terror from Tomorrow. Moonflower? It's probably worth going for. It's not going to be great as a primary sun producer, simply because its plant food isn't good, but let's see. Well, let's turn the music. Wait, that says exit, not retire now. Huh. I wonder if they changed something so you don't... in the update about endless zones. This is a Garg Prime level. So I think we're going to be going with a missile tow strategy again. I just sort of need to remember what plants I was bringing. Okay, I think I definitely want turkey poult, or... You know what, no, I can do it with tiger grass. Tiger grass, and... I want another attacker. Yeah, you know what, let's bring bowling. Need to just sort of get back into remembering what sort of strategies I was actually running. Yeah, this will do. I don't even need imitator here. I was considering Iris. I think I will go without Iris on this level. I've got all three of the summoners, really. Well, there's a fourth one. I don't have Zoidbeam. But Zoidbeam's probably the worst of the bunch for stalling the zombies. Since it's a one flag level, it won't be hard anyway. Let's not let those blastronauts just rush on through. Yeah, it's getting real. We got a Garg Prime on the first flag. Chat. If we hadn't already won, now we definitely have. I mean, what else could this be? Electric Blueberry, yeah. Okay. Yep. It's just Peach now. GG everything. What a time to come in indeed. Oh, wow. Well. Yeah. I can kind of just mess around and do what I want now, I think. Still got to be a bit careful about the blastronauts. That's something. But yeah, I think now I can kind of just be creative with my strategies whenever I want, because I have double Peach to fall back on. Yeah, 100% pick rate for the next 60 levels. I mean, there is a chance we get the occasional level that just doesn't have mechs. But those levels aren't exactly going to be difficult either way. Hello, jetpack attack. I'm not worried. Oh, I still haven't put down sun shrooms there. Get out of here, football mech. You will not ruin my symmetry. What did I just say, football mechs? You will not ruin my symmetry. Yes, slowness does stack with Peach stun, which is an unusual interaction that means if I get something consistent like Winter Melon, we have won even more. Probably Tumbleweed here. Hello, Garg Prime. Meet my new friend, E.M.Peach. I see no Blastronauts, which is nice. Never like Blastronauts. It's not that they're necessarily a threat, it's just that they're easy to underestimate. I think every time Blastronauts are here, I really want to be bringing Frozen Pair. Get out of here, bot. Hello, Football Mech. You are not going to make any progress now. Oh, also Shrinking Violet buff/bug fix is awesome. Oh, hello, Teleportato Mine, my best friend for most of Pyramid of Doom. Garg Prime is back for more, but he really can't do anything against the Imitator Peach combo. I see no Football Mech. Let's bring Great Zucchini, why not? It'll be funny. 3 flags. So this one's a longer one. Oh wait, you can turn Robocones, but you can't turn Discotron? What kind of logic is that? That doesn't make much sense. Well, have a look at that. Wait, now you can turn the Discotron. What? Chat, what even is happening with the Great Zucchini? Projectile despawned before hitting the disco mech, I'd be very surprised because the projectiles usually go further than that for most plants. But yeah, it might be the only explanation. Goodbye, Gargantua. Ooh, yep, that Garg got transformed too. Honestly, Great Zucchini plant food is kind of really good. It turns so many zombies. Yeah, zucchini plant food got buffed to affect gargantuars in the latest update. It didn't originally. Well, the objective correct choice is either sapling or Stalia. But imagine the strat of just having 4 plants that spawn plant things for me. I have to do that in at least one level. This has Gargs and football mechs. Maybe it's this level. This is a very good idea that will not backfire. I mean, I have 2 peaches, there's no way it can backfire. Even with the blastronauts, I don't think it can backfire. Three flags of this. This won't backfire. I'm probably lucky I didn't get too many early blastronauts, as they could have been a problem. But I should be at the point now where they can't be a problem anymore. Oh, you know what will be the problem? The regular zombies that can't be Peach. I think plant food should keep any issues with the regular zombies at bay, though. Let's turn down the volume. This zoo is getting loud. You are a bit too close for comfort. Oh dear. Oh dear. There we go. Little bit low on stun, but it's not an issue. Since the level's almost over. Not like Peach costs like anything meaningful either. Oh, so close to symmetry too. Well, aside from that sunshroom fodder plant. Didn't someone in the chat just mention I could go look for Ice Bloom? And, like, maybe pair Ice Bloom up with E.M.Peach? Did you will this into existence? You... thank you, I guess? I don't think it is possible for me to lose now. At this point, this Endless has become easier than Dead Man's Booty. There is no losing now. So this is just going to be a 60 level victory lap over the course of the next few streams. 4 flags? No problem. I literally have infinite sun. Yeah, okay, hollow heads are now the actual biggest threat in the level, in the Endless Zone, huh? Oh wow, that frozen bug bot. That top row has been the consistent problem all level. Goodbye, box wall. I'm gonna be honest, I prefer double Peach to Peach plus Ice Cream. Of course, I could always do both. None of these really matter. The Garg Prime does not want to leave. He saw I have E.M.Peach now, and he's trying to do everything in his power to stop me. Unfortunately, the hollow heads are the problem, and sometimes the blastronauts, not you. Yeah, this'll work. Level 42. I wonder how many we can do this stream. I'd love if we can get 30 down. Now that we have Peach, it's legitimately feasible we might be able to do this endless in only 3 streams instead of the 4 that the previous endlesses needed. That is a lot of jetpacks all at once, huh? And now they are no more. No. Hello, blastronauts. You are no threat to this strat. Oh dear, oops. Misplaced the peach. Hold on. There we go. Football mech dealt with. That's a lot of zombies. Am I afraid? No. Not one bit. Dahlia. Garg Prime is here to stay, it seems. Yeah, there's no way I'm losing this endless zone now. Imitator Peach is literally all I need, as long as I don't get super overconfident on a particularly tricky layout. Me picking Iris in every one flag level. Well, zombies, what have you got for me? Have you got any way you can potentially challenge me? Well, you don't have Ancient Egypt sandstorms, so I don't think you do. Nice try, Garg Prime. You are not getting a laser off. You almost did. Credit where credit's due. Escape route, I guess. Ancient Egypt Endless was harder, but here's the thing. If I didn't find E.M.Peach, then Far Future would be harder. E.M.Peach is more valuable in this than Vanilla was in Egypt. Because without it, Garg Primes would become impossible eventually. And I'd be really struggling to deal with them. Anyway, Garg Prime isn't here this time. I don't think I even need Peach in this one, honestly. I can just use some decent firepower. Wait, actually, I can bring Zucchini. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a one flag. Well, zombies, what have you got for me here? Only a surprise jetpack attack can be even remotely tricky. Space Dancer is not a thing in this Endless. Excuse me? We're not even halfway through. Are there any other plants I even want still? And here's the perfect level to test out my new addition. Wait, did I not heart Wintermelon? Huh. Guess I overlooked it somehow when I was going through and hearting everything that's good in Endless. Well, now it's hearted. Okay, what funny things can I pair it with that aren't generally that great, but it doesn't matter? Let's bring Sling Pea. Yeah, all I need is stuff that helps end the levels faster to speedrun through this Endless. The zombies are looking at the plants I've got, and they're thinking, what did we do to deserve this? Oh, I misplaced the peach. Oh, oops. I guess I could take Pumpkin if I get it, so I've got a safety net against stray lasers. Pumpkin or Carrot, either or. Squash is another insta. This is probably a 1 flag Garg level from the zombie selection. Oh, it's a 3 flag one, huh? With this zombie selection, actually that is so few zombies, that probably means Garg spam. That's a potential risk to worry about. It's going to be like all bucket heads and Gargs. And hollow head. It's just raw health. No thank you, Bot Swarm. I want to keep my sunshrooms alive for the moment, thank you. Okay, I really should just bring Frozen Pear every time, shouldn't I? Because the sheer health on these normal zombies is actually annoying. Excuse you, Gargantua. Oh dear. Oh, that did not go well. I hate when they sort of desync like that. I love the damage multiplier that explosive instas get from being fire damage against chilled zombies. It is so useful in Endless. Inferno, I guess. Garg Prime here again. I have learnt my lesson this time. And I'm going to actually bring a defensive plant. I think Iris honestly helps a decent bit too. Even though the slows don't stack with each other, I just think it's a pretty solid plant. Especially when Wintermelon doesn't have full uptime necessarily. You need like a good 2 columns to be consistent on the uptime now. With a 4 flag level, I think the game is desperately trying to fight against the plants it's given me. It realises its mistake, that it's made me too powerful too soon. But it's too late to stop me. That's a lot of football mechs. Hello, first Garg Prime of the level. Ooh. Let's shrink everything. Yeah, I thought you would recover faster because you're still a bit off screen. Oh well. Let's shrink you down. So many zombies, so many Garg Primes. Am I afraid of any of them? Well, the Garg Primes a little bit, but not too much. Let's do this. The zombies basically cannot move. They can't progress past column 9. How would I nerf Frozen Pair? Probably nerfing the attack speed. And also the damage. I don't think it needs to do damage, frankly. Hello, Vanilla. You know, you're like the second best Garg counter in this Endless. So if I pair you with E.M.Peach, will they ever fire a laser? Well, let's test that out right now. only a 1 flag level. Fine. Stacking stuns on slows. Will we get a Garg before the first flag, or is it only going to be on the flag wave? I think it's only going to be on the flag. Yeah. We're still not getting the Garg Primes before the first flag yet. Okay, you can get a laser off, even with vanilla around. I was about to try and speed that up right as it ended up dying. Intensive carrot. Maybe the game hasn't learnt its lesson. It is giving me, like, every other level a plant that I'm missing that I forgot I'm missing. Oh wait, there are no primes in this level. Yeah, I'd probably need multiple vanillas per row to stop the lasers. It's something worth considering when I get up into like the 80s and the 90s, probably. But it's a very slow strat, so I don't think it's necessary early on. I don't even need Peach here. Don't forget Power Lily, though. Hello, jetpacks. I don't know what you think you're gonna do, but it's not win. This will be such a nice, relaxing, endless zone now. There really isn't anything that can stop me as long as I'm not absolutely stupid. Boom balloon. Really nothing worth picking there. Hello, Garg Prime, you have returned, I see. Well, unfortunately for you, Gargantua, I have a new trick up my sleeve to mitigate your lasers. So, good luck trying to beat me now. No, seriously, good luck. Because it's not happening. Ooh, that was a jetpack attack. There are a lot stacked up there. Yeah, carrot is definitely valuable here. It's that last bit of insurance I needed that I can to make sure I can beat Garg Primes. I'm sorry, Primes, you are not getting any hits off. And that's the halfway point of the Endless Zone. Spring Bean. Hello, Mr. Gaming. You've come into this stream to see me completely destroying everything with E.M.Peach because I got it very early into this stream. And I just kept getting other extremely important, useful plants too. One flag. Easy peasy. Do 2 frozen pairs solo you? Yes. Frozen Pear does not need to do damage. I don't know why they made it do damage. It's so ridiculous. And the singular Garg Prime has arrived. Oh, I can do Shadow P strats now, technically. Then again, Grape Shot is Grape Shot. But I want strat variety. I'm still bringing Sunshroom because it's got the better plant food of the sun producers. But, yeah, Moonflower, Shadow Pea. I mean, I could just go Gloomvine instead of Moonflower. But there's not really much reason for that. I mean, I guess it takes less space then. Yeah, why not? Okay, it boosts the Shadow Pea plant food. That's not a huge deal, though. You know what, let's do this as well so you grow. Yeah, I don't think these zombies are making any progress here. Ooh, football mechs are here. Let's take this one seriously. Oh, I didn't bring Power Lily this time. I have power tiles, it's not a big deal. I just used 2 plant food and no more. Lava Guava, why not? Oh, Gregory Prime is back. Okay. We have Blastronauts. I definitely want to be bringing Frozen Pear then. And yeah, let's bring Carrot. Let's be sensible. Is that a wave 3 Robocode? Yeah, we're definitely getting into high endless now. Hello, Bot Swarm. That was very rude of you to eat that sun shroom. What did it ever do to you? Funny. You shot the very sunshroom I was gonna dig up next. Good job. What is nice is although Garg Primes are a lot more dangerous, at least ignoring E.M.Peach, they definitely aren't used as heavily as Gargs in other worlds. The Garg spam in Egypt was a lot worse than this by this point. Twin Sunflower, anyone? Now this is an endless zone where you could definitely make the argument that Sunshroom is better. Just because it's easier to get it onto 4 power tiles, like here, before you use the first plant food. But Twin Sunflower does give you more sun with its plant food, so let's test it out, and I'll come to my conclusions on which one I prefer in this endless. You know what, let's skip over Frozen Pear this time and do Teleportato, why not? Four flags. This one could be a doozy of a level. Oh, hello, Blastronaut. Oh. Oh dear. I need to remember plant food recharge more. It's a lot more useful than you would expect. This is a world where you have power tiles to make every plant food effect so much stronger, and instant recharge still has its place. I think I'm leaning in favour of Sunshroom over Twin Sun, but Twin Sun can take a bit more of a beating from stray lasers. I think Sunshroom's definitely got the easier early game of the two. But Twin Sun has the benefit of not needing as much lawn space to be as potent as of a late game producer. Plus, again, just actually taking some glancing hits from lasers without instantly evaporating. I don't understand how anyone thinks Reflourished Wintermelon is bad, unless they just haven't used it, or they're really bad at sun production. I think I might swap between Twin Sun and Sunshroom based on the power tiles. Sunshroom is probably better when you have sets of 4. That's my opinion. Even compared to a lot of premiums, Wintermelon is broken. Like, I think Pokra is probably the only thing that outclasses Winter at stalling. And even then, there's an argument to be made Winter is still better for having more range for its stalling power. It's actually kind of ridiculous just how good Wintermelon is in vanilla. You know, I should get bowling bulbs on these power tiles ASAP, so I can use their plant food to deal with outer row issues. My opinion on the Lunar Market plants is that I think they're all pretty good. Cheese Strawberry is definitely the weakest, but it's got its places in certain strats anyway. It's just not that good for longer levels and endless. I think all of them are pretty strong, some a bit too strong, definitely Frozen Pear. Maybe Missile Toast or Begonia, but I haven't played around with them enough to be sure. And they're all quite uniquely designed. I think they all have a unique niche. I wasn't sure about Iris. I thought Iris might get outclassed by other summoners, but it's actually pretty good. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. And I think they will feel quite fun to use as well. Even if Iris has a bit of... Maybe Iris's recharge is a bit much. I get why it's a slow recharge, but it's... I mean, look at this. I've not even got 2 columns up and I'm nearly at the end of a 4-flag endless level. That's a lot of football mechs. I don't know, Grimrose? The birds are the only summon that stops pushing zombies? Oh, like, the only ones that don't get insta-killed by pushing zombies. Yeah, they take 2 pushes, I think. Basically, every other summon takes 1, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do twin here. I do think saying that pushing zombies wreck all the summoners is a bit untrue, because when you really think about it, Turkey Polt is very good at stalling pushing zombies. Turkey Polt summons so fast it will stall them, even though its summons only take 1 push. But all the others are a bit vulnerable to pushing zombies. Iris is certainly a lot better against them. Yeah, I hear Zucchini is very good in Assault Air space. Because, of course, it turns zombies into a grounded zombie that has no ground to stand on. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Yes. I am very grateful I have Frozen Bear. Blastronauts are now starting to become a problem for the early game. I didn't bring Intensive Carrot, did I? Oops. I'm sure it'll be fine. I guessed wrong with where I put the Shrinking Violet, oh well. Let's get myself some more sun. It is very funny to me just how little the game is spamming Gargantuars. We're nearly at level 60. And we're still not getting Garg spam. Well, not in every long level anyway. Depends on what other zombies there are. But we've seen, what, 1 or 2 Gargs in this entire last flag of the level? Wow, that Prime really just wanted the frozen pair dead, huh? That was... Yeah, that's why I want to have intensive carrot, and I shouldn't have forgotten about it. Well, that was a rude jetpack attack. I think I'm going to go to level 60. I was hoping I could get to 65, but we've gotten a lot of long levels this stream. So, looking at the time, I'm only going to go to level 60 now. How am I so rich? I've played Reflourished since launch, done every pennies challenge, done pinata parties daily. This was from, and I think I started with the Head Start save that, like, skips all the no, I didn't skip all the vanilla content, actually. I did that on stream with chat picking my plants. So yeah, this is just basically multiple years of pinata parties and pennies challenges, mostly. That's how I'm so rich. You'll set up in Assault Airspace, Banana, Zucchini, Primal Sun, Pale Lily, Heathseeker, Goldbloom, Puff Apple. Asparagus seems like an iffy choice for high endless, but everything else there looks like a pretty good choice for it. Yeah, there's a quad power tile. I'm gonna try Sunshroom here instead. It's funny how even though I have double Peach, I have like one very consistent way of dealing with the primes that uses all 8 seed slots. So even with Double Peach, in a prime level, I still kind of don't have room for flexibility. Goes to show just how dangerous Garg Primes are. That's a good wave 2 because that's easy enough to stall. So I can get closer to a solid defense before I have to deal with a Blastronaut. That is a good wave 3! If the lasers were more predictable in where they shot, then Garg Prime would be a lot easier to fight against. It would feel a lot more fair. That's for sure. Because if they just specifically hit like column 2, for example, you can just put pumpkins in there or just leave that column empty. And it's way easier to deal with them then. It's just a worse version of their imps, effectively, at that point. Which is, on the one hand, way better designed for something like Endless, but also it makes them way, possibly too easy to deal with in normal levels. Yeah, it gives intensive character good use, where usually there aren't a lot of great situations to use it. I mean, I think maybe my solution to Garg Primes would be to make the laser more predictable in Endless. You can have the randomness in a regular level that messes you up, but in Endless you can actually strategize around it rather than just trying to perma-stun. That would probably be the best of both worlds. Lasers the 3 backmost plants in its lane. What kind of abomination have you invented? I mean, I guess if you have to let it get to a certain column first, maybe. If it doesn't do that until, like, at least column 7 or something, okay. Early jetpacks and early blastronauts are the issue here, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to deal with them on like level 90 plus. Hello, is this the first prime of the level? Honestly, I'm on autopilot at this point, because it's pretty easy, except for maybe the early game with jetpacks. Now. Okay, I cannot do a shrinking plant food thing on there. Oh! There were so few primes in this level. Okay, on to the last level of the stream. Oh gosh, that laser effect on a health threshold. 25% HP. I guess you can phase skip it, though that would still be awful for an endless zone. My favourite world currently including realms? Probably... I do like Caligulous Carnival. Caligulous, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced. I do like that a lot. I think it probably goes to Assault Airspace though. Which is wild to say because I've gone on record before as saying that I hate Sky City conceptually, but Clouds fixes like every problem I have with it. So... let's try Charred Guard, actually, over Frozen Pear. It might be the way to go for helping against jetpacks. Good wave 2. That's already got a winter melon. There's no way that gets through, right? That is scarily close, but it did not get through. Honestly, Tool Nut would also be an option. Do I have Tool Nut in this? I might do. Child Guard offers nice safety nets against football mechs too. I don't want to replace an E.M.Peach because even with the Imitator Peach and Slowdown... Also, is that the first Garg Prime before a flag? I think it might be. Even with Imitator Peach and Slowdown, I'm not 100% consistent on uptime. With like a single Peach anyway. I need double Peach to get close to consistent stalling. I think I would lose too much by not having a double Peach. Especially once the Garg density goes up. I don't really want to take that risk, even with Intensive Carrot to help. Thank you, mouse, for not quite clicking in the right spot. Oh. Yeah, you see what can happen? That happened so quickly, I lost 2 winter melons at once. At some point I'm going to have to stop playing with fast forward. But that will not be in this stream, because this is the last level of this stream. And that's that. I've made it to level 60. There were a lot of Garg Prime levels there. I've made it to level 60 in Terror from Tomorrow, and next week I will continue to hopefully about level 80, maybe 85. Thank you for watching. That's it for today. And have a good day.